Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a term called KT, which expands to knowledge transfer. This term is used widely across all over the world in IT industry. Now let's face it, the problem of attrition is real in IT. People tend to change jobs within 2 to 3 years, especially if they are in the beginning of their career. Not only about changing jobs, people also tend to move from one department to another within same organization for better career prospects. Now the problem is the work doesn't cease to exist when a person moves out of a department or a company. A new person will come and take over the work. Now how to make sure that the new person is capable of doing the same work what earlier person was doing? So this is the reason we use this term called knowledge transfer, which means that the outgoing person will transfer all the knowledge he or she has acquired over a period of time to a person who is coming to do the job in a smaller duration, maybe 1 month or even less. Okay. Now I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking that I am here to tell you that what is wrong with knowledge transfer, how we can do it better. No, I am not here to tell you what is wrong with knowledge transfer. I am here to tell you that the term knowledge transfer itself should not exist in the dictionary of IT industry. Because you know what? Knowledge can never be transferred, it can only be acquired. Think about it. If Stephen Hawking was taking some class for some students, will he be able to make everyone work or think like Stephen Hawking? Why go that far? Let's assume that there is a student who has just passed ninth grader. Will it be possible for that student to just give the 8th grade knowledge to a new student in 1 or 2 months and make sure that the 8th grade student knows everything about whatever is going to be taught in 8th grade? No, that is not correct. If those things are not correct, how come this knowledge transfer works? How can someone transfer his or her knowledge to some other person? This is rubbish. Knowledge transfer cannot happen, knowledge acquisition can. So what I am trying to tell over here is that we should first get rid of the term called knowledge transfer and use a term called knowledge acquisition, because we are acquiring knowledge, not transferring knowledge. Now, how will it happen? You know what, why the term knowledge transfer came into picture? Because in IT, the unfortunate thing is that we have borrowed everything, every practices from other industries which are totally different than IT. If you think carefully about it, the idea of knowledge transfer was generally meant for doing a repetitive job, the same kind of job all the time, like in a supply chain or working as an office assistant and something like that. But in IT, this doesn't work. We have to acquire knowledge. The people who are working on a system has to acquire knowledge, and the only way of acquiring knowledge is to work on that. So think about a mathematical theorem. To properly understand the theorem, we need to solve problems using that theorem. And that's the only way someone learns mathematics. Same thing is with knowledge acquisition in IT. People need to work to actually acquire the knowledge. So how can we do that? The only way to get this thing done is a kind of redundancy where not one person but more than one person is working on same technology set, tools and programming languages. I know from the budget constraint it might be hard, but just like if you are writing a memory allocator scheme and you have to have a fail-safe mechanism, you need to have a fail-safe memory allocator which works similar to the current memory allocator. Or for example, in cloud computing, if one node goes down, the another node comes, but it works very similar to the existing node. If it works different, things will go for toss. Now you cannot just tell one node to just work like another node. Okay. Similarly, in knowledge acquisition, we need to make sure that people are working on a relatively similar thing. Okay. And also, you know what? Acquiring knowledge is different for different person. Think about an example of a class. A teacher is teaching something, okay, but will all the people get the same kind of knowledge? Somebody may acquire it fast, somebody may acquire it less, somebody may take it to a totally different dimension, somebody may just think about a totally different meaning. When knowledge transfer happens, what people think that, since somebody has talked about something in a session to someone, someone is actually an expert, which is not the case and which is a gross injustice to a person. I hope I was able to convey my message. I know you are going to work towards it. I know you are going to get rid of this term called knowledge transfer and come up with a term called knowledge acquisition. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching. Till the next time we meet. Thank you.